wealth is the first thing that many of us look to build when we get our first job. And for good reason too. We all need some sort of income to pay for daily necessities in life, be it for food, transport, or groceries. Beyond just paying for daily needs, excess wealth also allows us the luxury of not just being able to afford some of our wants in life, but also the opportunity to plan and save for future goals or big ticket purchases. However, while many of us participate vehemently in the pursuit of wealth, the same attention or effort is often knowingly or unknowingly not given to our health. Perhaps it is time to change that. For the common everyday person, wealth is built through a combination of two main avenues: saving and investing, and earning a higher income. On their own, there's nothing inherently wrong with these two methods to build wealth. In fact, they're essential aspects of building financial security and having a comfortable retirement in our later years. The issue arises when these two methods are taken to the extreme. Take for instance the popular financial independence retire early movement, otherwise commonly known as a FIRE movement. It advocates spending as little as possible on expenses and saving and investing whatever is left over. All this is done with the aim of building up a substantial portfolio that allows one to retire early and live off their investments. While I'm nothing against the financial aspirations of the FIRE movement, I think more should be said or highlighted about the potential health trade-offs if I'm not careful. From a nutritional standpoint, the cheapest food you can buy might not always be the best for our health. Where I live in Singapore, the cheapest food in local food courts or hawker centres would range between $3.50 to $4.50. In this price range, you will find meals such as chicken rice, minced meat noodles, and the all-popular economic rice. Looking at the dishes on display at the economic rice store, you will notice that they are number 1, mostly fried items or processed food for the meat dishes, and number 2, most dishes are often ladled or cooked in gravies or sauces. When it comes to food like chicken rice and minced meat noodles, they inherently contain high levels of saturated fats, either due to the way they are cooked or the ingredients that are used. Thus, if you consume these meals on a regular basis, you're taking in extra calories, sodium, and saturated fats into your body, which puts you at greater risk of developing health conditions such as hypertension and cardiovascular diseases. When it comes to earning a higher income, it often means more hours of the day are spent working, either at our main jobs or additional side hustles. This added workload may not only induce more stress, but may also result in less time for physical exercise and sleep. I think many of us are aware of the harmful health effects and risks of a sedentary lifestyle. In fact, I think it's one of the main reasons why there's a rising obesity rate in adult Singaporeans. Likewise, insufficient sleep hours have also been linked to a host of health ailments such as a weakened immune system, obesity, and diabetes. So knowing that we could potentially be destroying our bodies in this relentless pursuit of wealth, what is then the best way forward? Personally, I think that we're putting health and wealth on an equal footing when it comes to our goals and priorities. Yes, this might mean that we'll be increasing our wealth at a slower pace than before. But hey, at least we're better off both mentally and physically. Also, treating our health equally as important as our wealth means that we're at lower risk of developing chronic health conditions as you get older. This directly equates to lesser potential healthcare expenses for yourself in the future. So in the end, it's kind of like a win-win situation too. In practical terms, the prioritization of health and wealth would require a few lifestyle adjustments. The most obvious one would be incorporating physical exercise into your life. This means using time after your work and on the weekends, get your heart rate pumping. For those who are restarting the engine after a long while out, opt for activities such as slow jogs or brisk walking and aim for the recommended 150 minutes of physical exercise per week. After doing this for a while, you can look to include bodyweight exercises or head to your nearest neighborhood gym for some strength exercise. With increased physical activity, adequate rest thus becomes essential for recovery. Actually, even without the inclusion of physical exercise, you should definitely strive to have at least 7 hours of sleep per day. It could significantly improve your physical and mental well-being. In addition to getting adequate physical activity and sleep, you also need to make positive changes to your diet. Instead of focusing on the price and convenience of your meals, start looking at the overall nutritional value of them. Now, I'm not implying that you should spend more than $10 per meal, but rather opt for affordable and nutritionally balanced meals. The easiest way to do this is to actually prepare your own meals. Yes, it will be a bit of a hassle, but it's entirely doable with proper planning, and it will not result in a big hole in your pocket too. For instance, getting chicken fillets and vegetables from a local supermarket will cost you at most around $5. If you offer something fancier such as a salmon or sea bass fillet, it will set you back at most around $10. This means you're spending a total of about $15 for 2 meals, or $7.50 per meal, which is really not that expensive if you consider the overall nutritional value of the meals that you're having. Furthermore, by preparing your own meals, you could cut back on the amount of salt and oil used in the cooking process. This greatly reduces the amount of calories and sodium you consume in your diet. If you're worried about the time taken to cook or prepare these meals, or have no experience at all in cooking, make use of an air fryer and oven. Simply prepare your chunks of protein on either a baking paper or aluminum foil, season it well, wrap it up, and then throw it into the air fryer or oven and let it do the heavy lifting for you. You can use the time for you to cook to prepare your vegetables. After about 20 minutes, ta-da! You got your own balanced and delicious meal. Now, that wasn't so difficult, was it? At the end of the day, while building wealth is way more alluring than taking care of our health, it's all for naught if you develop chronic health conditions as you get older. Also, prioritizing your health and wealth gives you the best chance of having a comfortable retirement in your later years. So the next time you find yourself sacrificing sleep or health just to earn or save a little bit of extra money, probably consider whether it's worth it or not.